Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Knowles Tarot, and welcome to your weekly reading. This week, we are going to be looking into your transformation. About a year or two ago, I can't remember how long it was ago, but about a year or two ago, we did a set of readings for the Zodiacs. It was like your transformation for them. I think I might do that again, depending on how this reading goes. You know, it might be interesting to see what it could be for your individual sign. Maybe even like the what's it? Air, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the elements, something like that. So it's like just a few readings. But um, yeah, welcome into your reading, guys. I was saying we did it about a year ago, and it was a pretty cool reading for you guys. It was a really big moment, and I was like, I didn't. It was like a random thing. By the way, I'll go. I will say I will timestamp this because I do have a few things right before, just a couple things, just a few. I feel like one of those teachers is just like, one more time, just a few, but it's just like a million times. It's not a few, it's like a lot. No, I'll try to cut it down. But let's see. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the your transformation reading, the same exact reading we did with the same exact spread. But we're gonna be using the same deck. We'll be using the Prism Oracle. We got energy at the bottom. Ooh, Beyonce, energy. I can't help it. She resonates. Other than the Prism Oracle, we're gonna be clarifying that with the Light Seers Tarot, which you got the Ace of Cups at the bottom. I pre-shuffled these. I haven't seen the bottoms yet, so it's pretty cool. So the Ace of Cups, that's pretty. So yeah, Prism Oracle clarified with the Light Seers Tarot. But before we get into that, we'll also be looking at the Gilded Reverie Lenormand to get like a pre-energy, like a, what do they call it? Like a, when you're like starting before you go to the event, to the function. It's like a, not a pre-party, but like a pre-drinking. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, yeah, it's like a pre-energy basically with the Lenormand to see if this is the reading for you. Most likely it will be though, because I'm planning for this to be like for the general collective for everybody, like they usually are. But this is like specifically on the transformation, so it could have a lot of information within it. So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because there's a lot that could be coming in, and so just like it just see what fits for you, if anything does. Other than that, if anyone here is new, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that you're coming through. I hope that it helps. Hope you stay. And for anyone who's returning, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? This is the third time I said that. I didn't mean to the first time, or the second, or the third. So I mean, what's going on? How you doing? I can't think of a funny quip this time. Thank you guys for the housewarming. I don't even know what I'm saying. Let me just move forward. I always do that. I just appreciate you guys so much. I want to make you laugh or something stupid. Anyways, yeah. Last thing for this is stick to the end of the reading if you like. We're gonna be doing a card pull for the commenters of the last video. If you want to be, basically like if at the end of the reading, if you want like a tiny extra piece of advice. I'll pull a name from the commenters of the. If you want to be extra piece of advice, you'll have to like comment on the previous video, or previous weekly reading, prior to this one. So I guess like the most updated weekly reading you'll comment on, and then I'll put your name in the running to pull it from the bag, and then I'll pull advice for whoever's name comes out, basically. So this time, I don't think we had any commenters on the last video. Y'all guys are really just intaking that info. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I decided just this time. I don't know what I'll do next time, but just this time I'll put like everyone's name in, everyone who's ever commented really, that I could remember, that I could find, and I just threw it in the bag. So yeah, we'll do that after this reading and get your extra advice. But other than that, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and timestamp because I did have a few things that were written on paper. I'm slightly organized today, guys. I'm thinking 911 clap for him. I forget who that's by. And I know how it sounds because it came out of Euphoria. So Euphoria energy. Clap. Yeah, I meant to say clap for me because I'm a little bit more organized today. But okay, so there's a few messages I was getting before that I needed to make sure I got out and spoke to you guys, because it usually feels like that. It's like if I don't get it out, it's like I'm burning in my lungs. Not really, but anyways, the first one was the song that is by Camila Cabello and Ed Sheeran. That's the Bomb Bomb song. That came out maybe a year or two ago, a while ago. But it was a really good song when it came out. And I don't know if I've spoken on this before, but it's calling to me again. The Así es la vida si. I keep saying that. I have to research how it's actually spelled, but it translates to yeah, that's just life. So it's just talking about like acceptance, moving forward, things like that, and growing from that. Another line from that song was "Keep Dancing." They mentioned that a lot in the. I think coda was the word I was looking for before with someone. Oh my goodness, I don't know if it was a reading or if I was looking for it with someone, but the word coda. They were mentioning at the end of the song, "Keep Dancing." So something about that. But this whole song, it just feels like the energy of Ten of Swords, the world, and the Fool. So like something coming to an end. Maybe with the Ten of Swords aspect, it's like a little bit painful, especially because the world and the Fool are major arcana. That's more the universe handing you the sort of handing the universe being more in charge. The Ten of Swords is more so minor arcana, so it's you dealing with it. So the Ten of Swords feels very much like it's been like a headache, maybe dealing with this ending. But the World and the Fool says it's coming to a beautiful ending, where it's like you're having a beautiful beginning, and it's like cinematic, triumphant. It's larger than life the way the World and the Fool comes in. So it's very nice. Other than that, the colors, when I was doing pre-shuffle, and I'm going to start mentioning this sometimes, when I was doing pre-shuffle with the Prism Oracle, a lot of repeating colors came up, or a couple of them actually, just a couple of repeating colors, and those repeating colors were red, green, and black. So whatever that means to you, red, green, and black. But to me, the red is usually the root, the power, the start of something, the blood, the life. It's like the start of the light spectrum. So like it's the first time you see light almost. And then green is like the balance. It's the middle. It's growth. It's abundance. It's growth and abundance. And then black is like leaving a space. It's like an emptiness. It's a space for something new. It's a very beautiful space. Can be dark, but it teaches you how to use light. It's very nice. Lastly, with that, and speaking, I guess, of black energy, there's an energy of like, well, first of all, there's an energy of like some weird like sexual energy lingering. I don't know. It's come up in a couple of previous readings, and I'm still feeling it now. So I don't know who in the collective's got that going on, but that's spicy. But other than that, there's an energy of like fear lingering as well. And I'm feeling it now, like stronger than I kind of normally do. But I had to talk about it because I was feeling it. But then as soon as I thought about it, I immediately thought of a song. Go figure with me. So I immediately thought of a song. I thought of FOMO, that's by Amber Mark, and we've been talking about Amber Mark a lot. And FOMO not translates. The acronym is fear of missing out. So it's funny because it talks about a fear basically. And I don't know if there's a fear of missing out here, a fear of missing out of something. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. All I wanted to say about it is that Amber Mark, we've been talking about her, and while I'm filming, we're in Capricorn season, so it's pretty interesting because she is a Capricorn. So it's like her birthday might either be like we might have passed it or it's coming up. So that's pretty cool because she's really like a front runner right now. And around this time last year, if I was filming, I would have talked a lot about Mac Miller, like his music and stuff. But I haven't talked too much about it really. The other Capricorn who I'm obsessed with. But so it's just interesting that it's like even now there's like an energy of newness for some reason. Like I don't know. The fact that I don't know the Capricorn energy is like I didn't even think about it up to this point. I haven't really talked about it, but I would have talked about it. It's interesting. So it's like something's new here, just definitely. Turning a new page. Let's see. To end off on that note with Amber Mark, 3 Dimensions Deep, that album by her, I would highly recommend. It looks like the Hermit in the Lightseers Tarot, which is pretty cool. I haven't posted a picture of that, so I'll do that soon. But 3 Dimensions Deep by her is really good. I would recommend that, and it's really healing as well, so I would definitely recommend that. And then fear, the energy of fear. The Prism Oracle. There's a card in the Prism Oracle for fear. And it used to come out sometimes, especially in the beginning of this channel. I don't know if you remember, but more so recently, I haven't seen that card come out. I've seen it in the shuffling, definitely, because you see every damn card in this deck, or in all the decks. But I haven't seen that card come out in any readings, which is good. But I don't know why it's lingering. I don't know why it's lingering. It feels like that person that's in the group chat that ain't saying something. It's giving me the heaps. It's giving me about to delete you from the group chat, like about to cancel fear. Yeah, can we put cancel culture around fear? And put positive culture around being yourself. That feels like Capricorn energy for sure. Anyways, figure out where the timestamp goes. There. We'll go ahead and I'll figure out where the timestamp goes. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into your reading after all those notes have been given out. After all it's been processed and thrown out to you. That feels a little better now. Okay. Because honestly, that Bomb Bomb song has been nagging at me for like 15 readings. I'm like, I just keep forgetting. And it's like, the song keeps playing. Anyways, let's get into your reading now. So with the transformation reading, it's actually pretty interesting. It's pretty in-depth, I would say. But that's why I like using the Prism Oracle, because it keeps it pretty simple. But it's just going to be like a really big transformation going on within you. When it came out the first time, it was like a death and rebirth. It was like major. And I don't know why it came to me for this reading today, but it's definitely what I feel for you guys. So I feel like there's a major other than Mercury retrograde, which I don't know if we're still in it, but I feel it. Yeah, so this is going to be like your transformation. So in this reading, it's 4 cards. It's the if you remember, the first card will be you in the past, the second card will be you in the present, the third card will be your transformation, and the fourth card will be you in the future. I haven't touched this reading since the Pisces reading. That was the last one, so I have no idea what the spread's about. But before we get into the spread, I'll go ahead and pull the significant, the Querent card to see, this is the reading for you. The bottom of the dice, that's been coming out a bunch for me. Oh, I forgot. Thank you, Spirit. That's why it came out, because this is the reason why I did this. I got the dice and I was like, what? Like, I understand it's about like taking a risk or something like that, but again, sometimes with these decks, they just have so much information and I just don't know what, because there's so much in the card. Down to the colors and the symbolisms, it's so stupid, but like they all mean something. So I had to know. So I was supposed to do this reading like 3 hours earlier, but I had to go and figure out where this PDF was for the book and just write down a bunch of simple meanings for the entire deck. So luckily there's some information today, because I always say I don't have the book for the Little Normand, and now we kind of do. Either ways. So, starting off for you guys with your overall energy, the Querent energy, to see if this is the reading for you. With the Lenormand Oracle. Gilded Reverie, that is. She said, call me by my first name. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, interesting. And wow, there's so much written on this page, but there's so much that I learned having to go through that whole book in like 3 seconds. So that's pretty cool. So this is the mask. That's mask. That's number 40. Go ahead and read that one. I love the organization of it, though. It's all in order. I can find everything pretty easily. Let's see. So it's 40. So for the mask, and I had to write like a couple of things for each one. I couldn't write like a bunch because there wasn't a lot of space on this page, and I didn't have all that time. But I didn't mention you got time at the bottom beforehand, but it's not there right now. Now at the bottom you have the Clovers card, but I'll go into that in a second. Right now you have the mask we're looking at, which has the magician symbols, all the suits of the card right there. So that's the mask right there, like with the magician energy. And with mask and magician, it just gives me a little bit of Gemini energy. And I'm burping, so for the returning visitors, y'all know what that means. It's that I don't know what it means, but that it means something significant. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. So 40, the mask. For that one, the couple of things I wrote were playing a role slash creation. So basically, like the mask is about like creating something, creating a role, creating a mask. But it's like supposed to be like, hey, you're playing a role. It's a creation of sorts, and it's like this is one of those ones with where it's magician. It's not really positive or negative. It's like, what is this role supposed to be entertaining? What is it supposed to be? Because like there's good entertainment and bad entertainment. There's healing entertainment, like the album I just recommended, and there's like there's non-healing entertainment sometimes. But like why am I thinking Glee? That's one of my favorite shows, and I'm bashing it right now. But like things that like aren't really helpful healing. And healing stuff I was talking about Dora in one of the last readings, and orange and pink has been coming out the woozah. I think I'm literally looking at orange and pink flowers right now. That's so freaking goofy. And I'm not going to mention the orange and pink going on here. But other than freaking that, like I said, like definitely like healing, healing, possibly going through, possibly going through just healing something with your magician energy, healing how you create things, healing the role that you play. The clovers comes out at the bottom, so healing the role you play with luck and happiness is what the clovers is about, and you create your own happiness is what people say a lot. And with luck, you do create your own luck in a sense, where like that one's a little bit more like undercurrent. You have to like more so like look into why that makes sense. But it's like with luck, you think like the King of Pentacles and the abundance sometimes, or I do, and it's like just like the right opportunity, right time, right moment. And it's like you think about that, it's like the universe comes into that lucky, abundant, serendipitous moment for you. But it's like you took steps as well. You were a part of you're part of the journey. The tarot could be full of major arcana, all the universe, but it wouldn't be anything without the minor arcana. It wouldn't be anything without us, the human experience. So it's like you still took steps to create something you took steps to create a role for something. And I don't know. I think just within this energy of like this pre-energy, it's like if this resonates with you, you just more so definitely in a very creative time, especially with luck energy. And it's like you're preparing yourself for a lucky event, preparing yourself also just for like abundant times, it seems. And it's like with luck, you don't know really that's going to be as abundant as it is. It's more so like it hits you as that lucky thing, but it's like I can't think of it, but it's just like you and the universe are like cooking a dish together, and you're both doing like half of it, and so you don't know what the full bait, and you don't know what the rest, you don't know what it's going to turn out to be. They just said, here's what you're putting together, and there you go. And it's like you took off with it, created it, and you don't know what it is because you only have half. And now I'm thinking, and now I don't really think anyone's seen the Fosters, but if you have seen the Fosters, there's this one plot line where one of the sisters is giving her brother a birthday present, and she like does it like a scavenger hunt. She leaves pieces all over around, and so he has to gather these pieces, and he puts the puzzle together, and it doesn't make any sense. Like he can't really figure out the puzzle, and the reason why he can't figure out the puzzle is because like she left out the last piece for like his birthday. So it was like an intentional like confusion, but it was like for like a good surprise. I don't know what that's about, but it's just definitely just like within this energy, trusting in the universe, but then also still like taking your steps, doing your work, which is a general energy we usually get, but it doesn't usually come with the mask. The mask is usually like, oh, someone's hiding something. Something's being hidden. Someone's magicianing. Maybe you've come from that energy too, where people have been magicianing. I'm thinking Houdini by Dua Lipa now. I haven't even listened to that song. But that's how influential she is. I don't know why I talk about Dua Lipa's influence all the time. But the number 40 as well. I don't know. That sounds like control, emperor, face. Because like the face of like a shape. I'm thinking like a square now too. So conflict maybe. And with the 4, because 4 is in conflict, usually 5s are usually conflict and change, but 4s are usually like steadiness and sturdiness. But like maybe you've been, maybe you've been like preparing for change, preparing for conflict within that 4 Emperor energy. Cultivating, who knows, energy at the bottom again with the Prism Oracle. So let's go ahead and see. Your transformation reading. These are always so interesting. Like, well, I say always, and we've only done them once. I did them a bunch for the Zodiacs, but we only did them just one round, and this is really cool to have like a second go at this. Very cool, very cool. So let's see. Starting off with you in the past with the Prism Oracle. I'm curious. So this is going to be general collective for everyone. Any signs? And I will still point out these Zodiacs when I can. Oh, yeah, I did that with that card. Okay. I said that was Gemini for that. I'll give it Aries too for the Magician energy. And Capricorn because of the face energy. Okay, yeah, let's see what we got going on with the spread. Because I am curious. I have you in the past with the Prism Oracle. That's what I want. I want water. More Capricorn energy with the sea goats. But looks like y'all not willing to talk with the Prism Oracle. Just one card, Spirit, please. Oh, no way. That is you in the past. And that makes sense because that energy has been coming out for you guys every day. So you already know what I'm about to talk about if you're returning. But this card's been a main character. You got success for some reason. I know the reason, because you guys are freaking successful. That's my least favorite Ariana Grande album, but she is my favorite person sometimes to exist. But successful, oh, that song is, I guess it's okay. It's just so not good. Magic at the bottom. Excuse me, sometimes I rant about just random things. But anyways, you have success in your past, which is cool. You come to a successful place, and orange is the color, and I know this is orange, but orange is the color of life, vitality, energy. If red is like that new life where like you can finally see, like where light comes into it. Think of like a red room, like a dark camera room. It's still pretty dark. Orange is like that next step above red, where like things become a little bit brighter. So maybe things have become a little bit brighter in the past. With magic here, I can definitely see that, no pun intended, because like the eye here. So like maybe things become brighter, and so it's worked well for the energy. Orange and purple, given Halloween. Given oh, what's with growth? I'm taking it, babe. The universe, I don't know if they wanted me to, but it's going, because this is you in your present. Then I will take it. With growth, that's very nice. There's orange and green, Apple Jacks. I always see Apple Jacks with orange and green. It's a pretty good cereal. And you have more green at the bottom. Abundance. I told you green was a very popular color coming through. Except that red and, because in the beginning we said red and green, but now it's orange and green. Like that red and green and black. But now it's switched to orange and green, so something about you is moving forward, advancing upwards, while still being balanced in that green energy, still keeping that balance. Something about you still moving forward. And yeah, I'm gonna pull up the whole spread because I liked doing that, and I might keep that. That's how I combat my grandfather's long-winded energy. So let's see, what's your transformation then for the Prism Oracle? Oh wait, stop it. Okay, so I'm not gonna take all these because I can't. Because that literally is gonna, my grandfather's long-winded energy is gonna come through, for sure. You have isolation and fear and abundance. This is a card that has not come out in forever, and we spoke her name, and she said hello. But I can't even hold all these up. So something about all the abundance, you can't even hold it up. But maybe you also have an abundance in fear, with also an abundance in isolation. And I don't know what that's about. But I did say that if the fear card, it was so interesting because I didn't think it was going to come out. But if it came out, I would talk about one that we learned that black recently is about like leaving the space for new things. So it's like it may seem empty, it may seem open and vast, like an empty plate, but an empty plate is nothing ready nothing but like a plate that's ready to be filled with more stuff. So it's like this fear is like leaving a space open for you to be, and it's almost like, if you think of like black and white, it's almost like how it's even as the card, it's like attracting its opposite. And so it's like if you fight through fear and leave that space open, if you use faith instead and leave that space open, all it does is invite fear's opposite. So it attracts confidence, strength for you. And I think that's kind of maybe what's going through with you in this transformation. But that's pretty cool. But Spirit, can we just have one card, please? My love, por favor. Transformation for the collective. Nothing wacky, please. I love when I do a reading and then like it's like all of a sudden it's like disruption. I'm like, what the freak, Spirit? What do you mean disruption? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? So I guess we'll take it because what else am I going to do? There is stop. Now when I used to get this, I used to be so confused, but we have the book, so it's okay now. But I mean, I had the book before. I just was still so confused by it because I don't know. Maybe I took it personally. I was like, "What do you mean stop? Do you mean stop this reading, Spirit?" I was like, "What the freak do you mean, Spirit?" But you know, neither here nor there with that. Who knows? But there's more of that red coming back that we had earlier. So literally, plus the fear earlier, red, green, and black has shown up into the reading. Literally. And the bottom, mystery. You know, that's our favorite card, collective. I'm gonna pull the rest of the spread, but you know I'm gonna read stop. You know I have to. I know I always see like, and retrograde is almost over, so I don't know if you're dealing with any X's still. I always see that X. This shape is also, is it an octagon? Is it usually? What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count like that. That's like, I think that's 8. So yeah, 8. Important number. We'll definitely read that. Let's get the rest. Let's get the last card, which is you in the future. Because your transformation would stop. What's that about? No. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. I'm hearing that, but I'm hearing the Glee version because I usually hear a lot of things in the Glee version. And happily, I like it. What's in the future for the collective? Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. They did that song so dirty. Consciousness in the future. Okay. That's a light. And that's opposite of that. Exactly. Repelling that fear brings in, which would be like consciousness, which is strengthen mind, strengthen spirit, strengthen balance, strengthen equilibrium in a sense. And you know, it's not like outwardly strength where you're just like, where you're pushing, which is almost maybe what this red is about, you know, pushing. And this is also like, I forgot, it could give a stop sign energy. So it's like, transformation has to do something with the sign that you see, like a real one or a metaphorical sign. But consciousness is nice because it's that white energy that you then attract, where it's like, well, it's not just the white energy, it's the opposite of what you were sort of struggling with, which may be the fear. I don't see any more black coming through. Oh, you see, eggs. This is the only black that came through, and that's, I guess, with the consciousness and confidence. Almost the same word. So you know how I feel about that collective. Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, wow, stop it. Look at what's underneath confidence. Strength, the two things that we said that would bring to you if you repelled that fear. So that's pretty cool. I'm not trying to flip you off. Eesh. My bad. I can't hold those. Because the words are... We'll get there one day. But that's cool, because that's what I said it would bring into you. And I don't see the fear anymore. So you definitely have knocked the fear right out of this. You in the past with success. Definitely coming to a successful place. Feels like maybe even 6 of Swords, but after the ship has gone through the choppy waters, like going through the nice waters now. Because success even is like that 10 of Cups energy, where like it's a beautiful rainbow, but rainbows come out of rain, and also at the same time there is like that whole 10 of Cups journey, that the entire number of 10 that you have to go through. So it's and that's why it's all the colors of the rainbow, because it's every emotion, every feeling. So the success you could have dealt with a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, mixed emotions, mixed feelings, a obviously being successful in it somehow, but definitely just like it's something in it is called growth, and it definitely gives me that energy again of this was a previous weekly reading. I can't remember which one it was. I can almost see it, but I can't remember the name. Basically, where this energy of like, and someone said it online, it's not welding, it's soldering because it's electrical. But even not that, it's like it doesn't matter if it's electrical or not. It's like no matter what the element is, it's like a liquefying where it's like something two things are solid, they can't mix, and then all of a sudden it liquefies. Like it liquefies, and I guess a better example, if I could explain this, is like oh yeah, sure, a black metal bowl and a white metal bowl. They're solid, they don't touch, and all of a sudden they both melt, and now they're just like mixing into each other, and then they solidify, and they just like sink in like that, and then all of a sudden you have like a mix of like a white and blue like gush. That, but it's like solid, so you can't take it apart. That's what it's felt like. This is like this cycle maybe has done to you, where it has, and that's almost temperance with that heat and that like creating a sword, that heat and that. I'm trying to think of the example. Just basically just a really powerful creation process, because that is like creating a sword, creating something. You have to like change its form to create it into something new. But yeah, it just feels like but very tough though. So like you've had to like change your form. You've had to, with the mask, play a different role, change your form, maybe like things that weren't comfortable to you, but things that were better for the cycle or better for getting through it, but it's brought you success. It just seems like that duality is there a tiny bit, which makes sense because orange is a mix of red and yellow, which I never even talk about the mixes of colors. I'm not even gonna get into that really, because that could be a bunch. But here, red and yellow makes orange, and yellow is a color about duality. It can be, and then I don't know how red comes into play. So duality plus red, whatever red is. I just have to look. I know it takes time, but I must. Primordial, fiery, strong, cannot be ignored. Energy, grounded. It means you're being asked to pause and register these powerful feelings and ask how to deal with an influx of energy. Okay, that makes sense. So it's like red, the color red asks you to pause and make decisions on how to deal with the influx of energy. So I guess in a sense, like when red comes about, it's like, oh, we must pay attention to this. We must see how to deal with this. It's almost like if you're seeing nothing but black, and then that first shot of light of color comes in and it's red, because it's that first color of the spectrum. It's like, oh my goodness, now I can see. What do I process? What do I do with this? This light is here now. I can see something kind of. You can use it. You can make a dark room to develop your photography. So like that red and that yellow, it's like, what do I do with this energy and this yellow energy of duality? It's like, man, yeah, it's like, what do you do with this duality? What do you do with this pain, but then also like this success coming forward in the future for you? Or like that you're moving into, or that because it's in the past. You've already moved into success for sure. Yeah, just dealing with, you're like, how do I deal with these mixed emotions? How do I deal with these? How do I grow while at the same time feeling like this cycle has cut me down? How do I feel warm when at the same time it's very cold? It's very cold how they treat you. It's very cold. How and there's a ton of dots in the success card, and it's always like my dots. I feel like my dots are my people. I feel like they're just people along the journey, environment, people, places, or things. Honestly, these are nouns back here, bro. These are all nouns. Crazy. I'm thinking of the word noun sound like the word now, N-O-W. I did that before. And so it's just like, yeah, I don't know. People, places, and things, and the word now, the connection between those have to deal with like time. So like people, places, and things, they happen, events and times. Places you see at certain times, it all deals with time. So it's like maybe time between a lot of this. I'm gonna move forward in a second. I'm just thinking like with the time and distance between all these events, these people, these places, these things. And the Ten of Cups energy, it's like this is definitely whatever you've been successful in the past, whatever you've completed, it's been huge, because it's been through so many cycles that you've gone through, this has been like something that's important that you've looked at. So it's like now with growth, it's almost like you can rest, like green moving to, or orange moving to green, like you and your past to present. It's like nice. It's like energy to balance. It's like moving, fighting, working out, and then sitting down drinking like a lemonade even, or a green iced tea, I can't think, something like that. But then stopping the transformation. I told you I was gonna read that. What do we have at the bottom? Oh yeah, we have the confidence. We're gonna leave that somewhere over here. Confident. Oh, I did not just hear Justin Bieber. Oh no. Oh no. That is, I've literally seen the confident card so many times and never heard that song. Why did he do it? Stop. That's red. Okay. Allegedly. Let's continue and check to see. Because if it's orange. Okay. I was about to flip out probably. So stop there, and the I don't know why I showed it to you, because I didn't fully show it to you. Let's see if it'll even zoom in. Let's see. If it'll zoom in, I'm at focus. Who knows? I have to back it up a little bit. Oy. Hopefully you can see that. Who knows? Either ways. Who knows? Tarot? Knowles Tarot? So the card says stop. That's funny, talking to me. This card asks you to stop and reflect, collect your thoughts, or maybe even just take a break. It may also be a good time to think about what might be stopping, I almost said think about what might be stopping you. But it says think about what stopping might mean to you. So think about what stopping might mean to you. What does it mean to you? Is it a forever stop? Is it a pause? Pause. For those of you who know the meme, pause. Is it time to move forward, or simply change your direction? Oh, interesting. I would say interesting because with, and honestly, maybe this is a coincidence, but all of the cards, except for stop, honestly, I'll show it to you. All the cards we have consciousness. I saw first it moves up in a direction, like it's got these things that go up into a certain direction. With growth, you've got this flower that's pointing up in a certain direction towards light, growing. By the way, the baby plant we got in the backyard's doing great. Just FYI, it looks really cool. And then with success, you have this even going in a direction, going from that up to that, like that wave. See, and it's going towards the sun. Like everything's going in a direction, except this stop right here, because this is maybe it's going in a direction like a circular one, but anything in this deck that goes in a circular direction isn't really going anywhere. It's just going, where it was before. So something in that where maybe going in a new direction, not going where you've gone before, something new for you. That's like the Fool in the world. But at the same time, with transformation being stop, it's like so much I feel from that. And I'll just say it, I guess. Maybe and I think like maybe obsessing over a partner is like not stopping messaging, contacting, not stopping. Well, that's 8 with the octagon. It's a sign of infinity, but then like if it's stop, it's the stop of infinity. I don't know what that means, but it's just like let me look at the book, because that was the only message, like stopping. And 8, why am I thinking octopus? Yeah, okay, so the octopus is in, at least in the Wild Unknown Oracle, I believe it's an energy of like heavy thinking, because the octopus can just be in a lot of different, has a lot of hands and a lot of different things, is doing a lot, so it's heavy thinking. That's not a spider. It's not, absolutely. I'm sorry. Oh, I just can't do that. Oh, yeah, that's freaky. No one saw me freak out there, right? Yeah, that's cool. Wherever that spider went, I just want my book back. Can I have my book back then, mate? It'd be awfully kind of you. And where did it go? Don't y'all hate when a spider disappears? I could actually flip out. Just give me my book. Ugh, where'd it go? Not a flip out on Knowles Tarot. Ugh. You know, if it's on the book, I'll cry. I'll just leave that there for a second. Maybe Spirit said I don't need the book. I really do though. Anyways, stop. I guess in the transformation, it's transforming how you see. Maybe the word stop. How you see stops. How you see pauses. How you see breaks and things. You know, maybe even like breaks or breakups. How relationships end. Not even just romantic relationships, but how there it is. I'm gonna put a stop to you. May the Lord bless your soul. I'm so sorry I'm doing this to you, but may your ancestors forgive me. I love you. Whoa, whoa. I just ripped another page out of this book doing that. It's okay. It's worth it. Worth It by Amber Mark. I'm terrified. Let's move forward. Yeah, just reflect, collect your thoughts. And I was talking about how the octopus is a heavy thinker, so it's just like maybe finding a way to collect your thoughts, finding a way to deal with stops, with breaks, with things that, with that red energy. It was talking about it being primordial, how it catches your attention, how it's like the break of dawn almost. Like, you know, you see that first light, and it's like, oh, it catches your attention. You can see there's something illuminated now. You can actually make movement coming forward. So it's like, with that red energy and this X and this is full of dots. So all these times, these people, what's it now? People, places, and things. All these things, people, places, and things that really maybe you had a break with, you had a break up with, you had some things that really caught your attention, that really woke you up even, you know, like that, like, you know how like those relationships can wake you up, they can change you in that sense. Make you see things in a new light almost. So if there are rose-colored glasses, sometimes they can turn into like these fiery red-colored glasses. Like if you get hurt enough, you know what I mean? They're no longer rose-tinted. They're like passionate, ready to like phoenix rebirth, that type of thing. So angry at, like, you know, the thing people really, you know, you really get angry at yourself for like, you know, allowing, you know, yourself to I'm seeing like not see the signs, but not just not see the signs, because that's not true really entirely. I'm even one of the things I'm seeing is like how this octagon has like 2 things around it. So it's like maybe not protecting yourself even when you saw the signs, but there's still more to that. It's just like maybe, I'm not saying I see literally. It's like a big up to you, and it's not seeing just how large you are in this world of tiny dots. These people, places, and things are so small in comparison to you. Not really like small, but it's just like you have a big purpose. You're hungry for something. You want to do something. X marks the spot. You got treasure on your mind. You got treasure. You got abundance, wealth to grow. And these people just want to live on this planet and get it done with, you know. So I just feel like in your transformation, it's always huge there. In your transformation, with that X, it's like definitely finding the treasure within yourself, and it's in a moment where there's a stop, there's a pause, there's a reflection. And even think about red comes before orange, so and they're both S's. Right before this success is a stop. So there is success coming forward for you, but you don't even, the way these cards come out of order, you don't even see it really, you know? You're still taking the stop, and that's why it's your transformation, because it feels like more so it's your choice. It was your choice to see how big you are, to see how powerful you are in this sea of like tiny little fishes, you know? You know, if the whole world's like, you know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, it's like you're big fish for sure, but at the same time, it's like, you know, there are plenty of fish in the sea. You've seen them. You see how they move, you know. I don't know. It just seems like the stop energy. It's just very interesting there. I'm just seeing, there's anything else I see from that. Think about what stopping might mean to you. Think about what these maybe breakups, with these detachments, with these like ends of the things, like things that have ended. Think about what they mean to you. Even collect your thoughts. I'm telling you guys about writing, and what have I shown you guys today? But nothing but too much freaking writing. And this is not to say like, oh, there's a lot of writing. Like I write a stupid bunch, but it's because I need to, or else when I start this reading, I'll be like, hi guys, welcome to the channel. And this is Knowles Tarot card pull, and I would probably forget everything that I planned. So I don't know, it's a joke, but I mean, like, writing is important because it's very helpful to collect your thoughts in a sense, and it might help, especially with consciousness, because consciousness is a light energy. It's like there's no weight on it, as well as the black. You know, it's empty. There's no weight. But this is a no weight in a type of what is white about? If black's about the new space, white then is about I forget. Absence, stillness. Oh yeah, because black is about stillness as well, but stillness, I gotta figure out the difference between those two. But white is about stillness, is about peace and serenity and tranquility. So you're definitely feeling that in the future, which is nice with the consciousness. And you're feeling that because you're releasing something, you're letting something go. Maybe you stop pushing so hard on something, you stop trying so hard for something, you stop like maybe there's a sign in that where you're like, the universe has been trying to show you signs of like, don't push so hard, like you got this in the bag, you just have to be you know. And with consciousness, let's see, it's our ability to feel and sense what's around us and within us and tap into our deeper universal connection. Allow yourself to go beyond yourself and your ego. Tune into this consciousness deeply as you move forward on your journey. Gave me Scorpio vibes. And like Scorpio rebirth, because you know Scorpio usually gives black, to, you know, a little bit like that darkness, that death, but like now it's giving Scorpio white energy, that rebirth, which is almost Mars, if I would be frank, because Scorpio rules both Pluto and Mars, or you know, however that wording is. So the Mars energy of Scorpio feels like that white, that rebirth, not that Plutonian black death, but like that, which is both beautiful. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that this is a very light energy, still, tranquil, and with Scorpio, Mars is like playful, because Scorpio and Mars mixed together feels like a child, mischievous but playful, creating with the energy, manifesting, but with that consciousness, like knowing nothing, really, almost Aquarius, Fool, but like with knowledge, but with like like a new soul, you know, with soul knowledge, but no like physical knowledge, you know, which is like most kids anyways, most people on this planet. Either way, it's this whole reading so far with these cards: orange, green, red, white. I don't know what that gives me right now. Whenever it's like this, like it's like colors that don't really go together, but there's something about them that matches, I always think Crayola. So I'm just like, you look like I dropped you out of a box of Crayola, and I could definitely see that. Other than that, I don't know. Red and green definitely, and white give Christmas for sure, but why is that orange there? Someone tell me. Because orange is not a Christmas color, but, you know, maybe it could be for someone. Someone could be making a new tradition, adding orange to their Christmas spread. Someone could be growing oranges. Around Christmas, I don't know. There's nothing more to that, I don't think. Anyways, but we'll keep moving forward. We got the Ace of Cups at the bottom. That's pretty. Oh my goodness. I was planting earlier, and I think I'm gonna point it out so no one else does. I think my nails are a little dirty from planting. I forgot to clean them. I'll do that right after these messages. That's funny. Anyways, let's move forward with the lights here. Ooh, I told you someone has some spicy energy with the Two of Cups flying out, and the Page of Swords with the Seven of Wands. Defending your mind, defending your journey, defending. What would I say? Defending. The wheel, and then the wheel. defending your, yeah, I feel like the wheel, and then for the Page of Swords, their wheel would be their pen. So yeah, gaining control over your story, your narrative, and how you process it, you know, all parts of it. Either ways, we have success in the past. Let's go ahead and start with that. So with success in the past with the Lenormand with the Light Seers Tarot, funny, the Page of Swords, who does come straight through again, with the Hierophant at the bottom. He looks so happy. Page of Swords doesn't really look too happy. Well, yes, she does actually. Yeah, they look pretty happy. They just look more so concentrated, and the Hierophant looks more so releasey, like releasing up to the heavens. But the Page of Swords, on a tightrope. I have the book here for the Hermetic Tarot. It's not the same deck, but it has root information that I like. But the Page of Swords is reading a book with birds flying above. It's gonna be about a message, information coming through, correspondent success. This is you creating success through your mind. So this is manifesting a lot through your mind for sure. But with the Page of Swords, it's a page, and they're holding that book, Turning Pages. Turning Pages, another one by Amber Mark. They don't stop. She's a producer. So maybe you could be a producer of like something, you know, a creator, a producer of something. And this has brought you success in the past. But with the Page of Swords, this is who you were in the past. That's significant. That's important somehow. Maybe you can see. Maybe at this point you can see like a younger version of yourself a lot clearer. Like, you know, like there's points where you'd be like, I mean, I don't know, I'm gonna guess 14, 15. You're like, I can remember when I was 8 or 9, and now, or like maybe 5 or 6, you know? And it's like you remember like a decade ago. It's like now you've gone through another, like, you know, 1 year, 5 year, 10 years, and it's like who you can recognize yourself as is a lot different, or a lot younger, a lot more wide-eyed even. It's like this card's so mystical. I should pull the whole spread like I said I was going to. This card's so mystical. It's like the wind's flying around, the birds are coming through. It's very imaginative, but still very, still touching ground. So it's like, other woman on a sword. She is brave. Bravery bringing you success. And it's like, if the bravery is because you, again, I don't know. There's some story, there's a narrative you want to protect for sure. She's literally reading that narrative, and it's like she will do. It's just to get across where this is, where like the path is broken, where she can't move it forward. There's like no other turn. Nothing else she can do. Is like she found a way. She used her mind. This is very cool. I always do that. I'm like, I'm gonna pull the whole spread, and I still talk about a card for forever. Come back around and be like, oh, good thing I talked about it. But Page of Swords there. I'll go ahead and have to read it as well. Maybe that's why I talked about it now, so I can read it later. So let's see. Growth and coming forward. Growth is in your present. What's that about? Not 2 cards, Spirit, just 1, please. But I see 9 cards in Judgment. Woza. I saw 9 cards first. Can I take that for your present? I feel like I could have. It would have been okay. But let's see. Growth in the present. Just 1 card, Spirit, please. The Light Seers Tarot. That's still 2. That's funny. 3 Swords in the Sun. Wow. Yeah, that's not growth. I don't know what the freak is. What the heck? Spirit. I'm asking for 1 card though, my love. But that's it mimics like the heart there with like the flower, but then like the growth with the sun. It's very synchronistic. But my goodness, just 1 please. Oop. Okay. Growth. Is that 1? Yeah, it is. B. The 2 of Cups coming right back out. I'm not even sure if I'm aware of how big this energy is, because the way I'm like talking so nonchalantly about it. The 2 of Cups have come out twice, as well as the Page of Swords. So there are things coming up intentionally. So it's like something is meaning to be said. That's interesting. 2 of Cups of growth. off the bat, the growth of a relationship for sure. I saw 4 Pentacles, so inheritance of something, of some sort. Stopping the transformation. Oh, that one not only flew out, but it hit its head, the head of the card on like this my console, I guess, my side console. I don't know words, but the 5 of Swords. Dang, this one hit its head, and look how he's holding his head. It's like he literally felt that. So something about this transformation, you literally felt that. If not, like, and it's red, so you felt it to your core, to your root, to the bottom of you, maybe even the bottom of your heart, with all this like 3 of Swords and 2 of Cups energy. Yeah, let's stick with that. Let's see what consciousness is in the future. Dang, you should have seen the way that card freaking. It threw itself out of it. It like ejected out of the deck head first. Maybe jumping into something head first. A cycle, a relationship, a job, a project. And thinking head first is like I don't think head first is usually safe, but it's not just about the safety of it. It's like it's funny. I think what I'm thinking of is that it's funny because it's head first. You would think it's like, not you wouldn't think, but like physically appearing, it's like your mind going in first. So you would think your mind's going in first to the situation, but it's not, because that's not really the safest option. It's to dive into something head first because because if you dive in head first, at least your eyes are right here, so you don't really see. I mean, that could be about faith too, but it's more outweighing the feeling of like it's probably better to use your sight in that sense. If you're jumping into a pool, something like that, hitting your head on the bottom, don't do that. Anyways, consciousness in the future. Just one card, please, Spirit. Ooh, and see, that one hit too, but it hit differently. So something about this hitting differently. So this is not as to be expected, but this is the 10 of Swords. And did we not talk about that in the beginning? I'm just wondering why it's coming out in your future with consciousness. Yeah, it definitely feels like releasing. Which sounds boring off the bat, but let me say for sure, look at how peaceful and like the white energy comes through. If the white energy talks about stillness and serenity and peace, even like greenish, like a balance, and like yellow of duality, like the duality of the 10 of Swords, the pain, though the beautiful new beginning that's to come to you. And even look, the 10 of Swords after that cycle would lead to the Page of Swords. So it's like in the past, you maybe even successfully mastered a Page of Swords energy where now you can reach into it if you need to. Like if things become tough mentally, or if there's just so much you have to process, it's like you can go into a stage where you can creatively get that out, where you can find solutions, where you can find ways over, like successful solutions, things that are successful for, it feels like with the 2 of Cups, like maybe you and people that reflect you, people that are like you, but also at the same time just you and like your close relationships. Like it reflects in your relationships when you do heal this, when you do go into this creative space, when you do release the mental with the 10, the mental it's like it's literally like cycle complete, like on a washing machine. It's like it's like the washing machine's done, so it's washed it, and you have to take it out and put it in the dryer, or else when you put new clothes in there, many things can happen. It won't wash it. It'll probably overload and break. It's like things like that, like literally with your mind. So it's like you have to take that out, process, put it somewhere else. Even let it dry in the dryer. And take it out there. Like let the cycle continue to move forward. Don't sit in this 10 of Swords almost. But there's something about the air of the 10 of Swords. It's so airy here with this consciousness. Do you not feel? I can feel it in the air tonight. That was dying to come out. That was very subconscious. Because there's so much air. But it's nice. It feels like it aligns you with consciousness. and the birds. Even no, look at that. It gives you direction because think of how these dots are going upwards, and then these, even like now, even in the winter, I see a bunch of birds migrating. There's these birds going this way, and it's like it's pushing you in a direction. You've released up. You've given it to God. Let Him take care of that. Let Him hold on to that, while you physically show up to something, while you physically be present for something. Even maybe whatever is ending, you just like, it's like, I don't know, like not paying respects physically, like maybe you could be, but it's like almost like even in a sense where it's like maybe paying respects to like the old you, the old cycle this was, and like giving it its full, its proper ending so that you can have the proper beginning. But I don't know, it moves you into a direction, because once you release upwards, it pushes you forwards with the way these birds are moving. And it's very nice. That yellow dress she's wearing, the duality in it. There's having to be a lot of duality in this, and I'm wondering why. I guess I could quickly start with going over the success with the Page of Swords. We talked about this. Not really starting backwards, because we were just talking about consciousness. Do y'all mind if we start backwards? Oh gosh, the burp just will not come through. I'm sorry, y'all. The mic is all up in that burp too. Ten of Swords and Consciousness. Ten of Swords. This book is in the wackiest order. I need to organize it. I see the Queen of Swords. I'm like, yes, I'm in the right space. And it's like, nope. Because then I see King of Pentacles. I'm like, oh, I'm in the family court cards. Oh, so this deck is stupid. Okay, I'm just kidding. I love this deck. Sorry. Godfrey Dowson. Stuart Kaplan. Ten of Swords. The meanings of Ten of Swords: complete disruption and failure, undisciplined warring force. So just like force and strength put on it for just like there's no discipline, no holding, no humanity, even something like that. Ruin of all plans and projects. That sounds like Mercury retrograde. Disdain, insolence, and impertinence. Yet mirth and jolliness therein. So I guess there's that duality. Loving to overthrow the happiness of others, given to much unprofitable speech and many words. So yeah, I guess that's like a lot. Ten of Swords would be a lot of speech, a lot of thoughts, a lot of words, but unprofitable. Yeah, because it's ending. So maybe it even gives like the energy of like someone like speaking as people are walking out. It's like it's not really, you're not going to plant any seeds anywhere because those people aren't going to catch that information. So consciousness, Ten of Swords, it's like maybe, and this is energy maybe I personally like feel as well. So like maybe writing and journaling might be important because it's like where you at right now. It even gives like Aquarius again. It's like where you're at. It's like you're going through a certain ending. You're going through a certain transformation, certain death and rebirth, like a very major cycle change, and definitely at least mentally. That affects your environment, how you see things, how you move through life, because it starts all at that perspective, all that sight, all of that intake. So it's like you're changing things completely. And maybe just writing about it, journaling about it might be important because like you're, with Aquarius energy, you're definitely unique in this, but also it just seems like you, not alone, and all that feels like alien, like Aquarian, but it's like not alone, but just like you are the creator of your past. So it's like this process you're on, it's very singular, very you. So it's like there's not many people who might be able to relate in a sense, but if you write about it now, it might be to your benefit later, and those are planting those good seeds, because it's not like you're like giving people, like, you could be ranting to people you don't know or ranting to people who don't care in a sense, and whether they care or not, it's neither here nor there. But what is important is that what is important to know is that you're giving your information out, to sources that aren't going to do anything with those seeds. It's just going to lay there barren in a sense. So it's like in order to do something with this, it's like giving the information to yourself, writing it, processing it, doing something creative with it, maybe even, and with consciousness that lightens the load, that lets go. And look at that black energy that comes through with the birds. And speaking of the birds, they're in your transformation going backwards with the Five of Swords and the Stop card. So we'll go ahead and read Five of Swords real quick. Look at that red and blue. That's very much like beginning of cycle, end of cycle. So beginning, ending. Oh, ending and then beginning for sure. That makes more sense, yeah. Ending, that's not the beginning. Ends and Begins by Labyrinth. Another Cappy. Another Capricorn. Happy birthday. Let's see. Yeah, happy birthday, Amber Mark. Happy birthday, Labyrinth. Happy birthday, Mac Miller. And anybody else I'm forgetting to think of. Happy birthday to my friend Imara. That'll be in like January though. But let's see. Five of Swords, that's right behind it. Yep. So the meetings, contest finished with disappointed outcome, failure, defeat, anxiety, trouble, poverty, avarice, grieving after gain, laborious, unresting, vile nature, spiteful, malicious, slandering, lying, busybodying, gossip, resentful of peace and harmony between others. So not liking when people have peace and harmony. I see that energy all the time. Cruel yet cowardly. Cruel yet cowardly. That's funny. So like, that's like being I guess like a villain, but not having like the gumption to like stand up to it. Like being, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, ew, and I'm looking at that tree that has weird octopus energy. I'm never looking at that tree again. That randomly took me out of what I was thinking about because it literally has octopus energy. I might take a picture and show y'all. But yeah, cruel yet cowardly. So yeah, cruel feels very like intentional, stepping up to it, standing behind it. But cowardly is like you're like throwing your rocks, hiding your hand. It's very much that. Thankless, unreliable, clever and quick in thought and speech, feelings of pity, easily aroused, but unenduring. Easily aroused but unenduring. It feels like, now that feels like energy, because it feels like a windmill. It's like a windmill that picks up a little bit of air, but it has to have like a continuous air source to move it. So it's like, maybe it's like a gust of wind, someone's only got like a gust of wind. Someone's only got like a I don't know how to say that. Five of Swords, but when stop, maybe it feels like an airhead. Maybe you've been dealing with possibly, or just a bunch of airheads who like who what they say is like, it's so like deflated, not deflated, but it's just like there's no like life source, there's no energy in it. And so maybe this is about not giving this energy too, like learning how to stop giving this energy, whatever is giving you a headache, whatever gives you conflict, whatever. And with the 5 being half of 10, because wow, 5 of Swords and 10 of Swords, with the 5 being half of 10, and the 10 is, if the 10 is you standing on your own, getting ready for this new beginning, I feel like the 5 is you standing on your own as well. But it's like you're standing on your own, and this headache is because you're thinking of someone, you're waiting. Not just waiting. Because I don't want to, because I understand this energy so much. I've said this before, I think I've waited for someone for years. And I didn't notice it until the years went by. I was like, wait a minute. Have I really been in love? Have I really been in likes with this person for this long? And I didn't notice. I really didn't notice it until years had passed by. But that I do understand this. So I want to just throw that at you and be like, you're thinking about them. Of course you're thinking about them. You care about them. That makes sense. I would never. That would be awful for me to say that. You know what I mean? Like, that's human. 20% battery. I'm not gonna say that. But anyways. Maybe some people could have been slandering, lying, and with these people, places, and things, there could have been anxiety, troubled, and all this feels like gossip. It feels very magician-y, very illusion, very like another manifestor, another creator, right? Someone who's very powerful as well. But with stop being a red, it's like rooting for you. I think because red is roots, like trees and grass and whatnot. But then rooting for you, like we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, Tyra. Not that example, but maybe. Yeah. Hold up. Now there's double information. I'll go to it real quick. Maybe with growth here and success, coming next to it, it's just very much like with that in that rooting energy. It's like maybe you could have been someone who rooted for them, rooted for their success, rooted for their growth, and it's like they didn't give it back to you that same way. It was more so, like it said with the 5, resentful of peace and harmony between others. So they were resentful whenever you brought it in for yourself. They wanted it for themselves, or like in a sense where like there's the sentence says feelings of pity that are easily aroused but unenduring. So it's like feelings of pity that are easily aroused but unenduring. So it's like fake pity almost. It's like because if growth is green, it just feels like all this energy is not conducive to growth. It's like all this is just very like flat, like no energy, no growth. It's just like it's almost like I don't even know how to say it. Like GMO. Like it's like looks real, but it's not. And that could be air, illusion as well. There's a lot of magician energy. And with magician, if a magician comes next to the 5 of Swords for me, I don't really like that combination. It just feels like someone who's able to. It depends. It depends on what the other cards are. With stop, I don't know. Clever and quick in speech, spiteful. Yeah, my bad. I forgot about that. You're rooting for their success and growth, and they just weren't rooting for you back. But also the Tyra Banks example. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Tyra Banks was given a world in a television show, and she was so unhinged. So unhinged that I'm now going to place her next to my 10 of Swords energy for sure, because she definitely had a lot to do with people's endings, the way she cut people out of shows, But that ending was that speech was a powerful one. She was mad. Tyra. So yeah, I don't know. 5 of Swords and stop. And yeah, I was saying she. I don't know why the words gossip, busybody, slandering, spiteful, vile, those all remind me of Tyra Banks. I don't think she is those things, but I think that those words I can like put around her as like if she was talking about it like on a reality show or something like that. I can't explain how that makes sense in my brain. But then I saw the word poverty and laughed because in the 5 of Swords example, because she had that episode where she pretended to be homeless or something like that. So that was Spirit laughing with me to confirm that example makes sense somehow. I can't believe she pretended to be homeless. Either way, so stop in 5 of Swords. Yeah, that's what the transformation is. You have gotten yourself out of the headache of it. You have released yourself from this magic that they've had a hold on you with. It's like, and like people, and not you can hear magic and think woo woo, but like magic is what Capricorn energy teaches you. It's manifestation. It's with the hands. It's with the mind. What's behind your face, your brain, and then what's underneath your hands. The magic between it, the energy. And the intellect, how you can put that together to create something, and how you can do that with Capricorn 3D on real Earth. You don't have to wave a wand or cast a spell. Well, you can cast a spell. You can do whatever you want. That's what Capricorn energy says too. You can do whatever you want, but you don't have to do something. That's where it touches that Sagittarius faith. Is like Capricorn's a bit faithy too, where it's like you are your religion, you are your spirituality. That fire comes from within. And so it just feels like, that fire comes from within. That 5 of Swords, if fire and swords, like swords are oxygen and fire needs that oxygen, it's like this 5 of Swords, just constantly having to change, having to fight, having to battle with whatever the freak this is. It's like it really fueled the flames for this stop, for this fire energy within you to really rebirth something, to really end a very long struggle for you, a very uphill battle for you, a very stop and go, where it's like it was very mixed emotions. It feels too, because this is red and blue, and it's like all over the spectrum of colors. It's from one end to the other. So like if you be dealing with someone who has like emotions that range from one end to the other as well. That's just a lot. Even look at that, like they're over here happy, or someone's over here happy, like creating something. They're on this like nice peaceful area, and you're over here not feeling well. It feels like it just feels like they're on an island, and when two people are on an island, is that usually the best survival tactic to like separate? I don't know, not survival, but just like humanitarian tactic as well. It just feels very. I'm not saying it's just intentional. That's more magician energy, but I'll move past that because it feels like the most beautiful thing to learn from it here is that you've enacted this change with the 5, and you've created this. You've put a stop to this. You put a stop to all the negative energy they would give you. You put a stop to anything that would hold you back. You're taking full control over your journey, your mental journey, your thoughts, your ideas. These crows are giving me something. You're taking flight for sure. Yeah, it's like they think they've won. They think they've got it all, but it's like they don't even realize because they're not looking up. They're not releasing. They're not looking up to a faith, a higher thing. They're only concerned about what's going on Earth. In a sense, they're only concerned about the physical. They're not concerned about their mental, their emotional. You see, you're in pain because you're going through it. You're working through it, but they're like just like. No, I don't know. It's like you're listening to spirit. And that's okay, maybe that's what I'm getting. Like there's a Bible scripture about like even the crows or even the birds, whatever, has something to eat. So it's like even the birds have help, even you have help, even like when you feel like you're not being looked at, when you're not being seen, even when you feel like you're the smallest organism on the thing, you're like at the bottom of the totem pole, you know. Just to say that you can still take flight. You can still move forward in an energy you wouldn't imagine, almost. Well, let's see the 5 swords. How do I get to the 10 of cups? Oh my god, that's not the page I'm going to be on. But hey, take that energy. Petals, Lord of Defeat, 5 swords point upwards. Depicting birds, except for the center sword, which is interlaced handle. 1 sword to left and right. Dove and swan, pertaining to Venus. There's Aquarius. Venus and Aquarius. There's love, and there's cold love. That Venus is abundance, and Aquarius is unique, alien. It just it feels like alone. It's like an abundance of like I don't know. There's peace and harmony coming for you, and I know that for sure because the very first card I think we talked about, we didn't even pull it out. The very first card that we even explained or said something about, mentioned, was the 6 of Swords, if that's what this energy felt like. And so it's cool as the 5 of Swords comes up in your transformation, because it's like this is what you transformed through. You are now moving through 6 of Swords very peacefully. It's very nice. 2 of Cups in growth is in your present. That's very nice. That means you're growing. You're watering your gardens very nicely. You're focused on something. 2 cups, 2 hearts. Maybe 2 important people to you. And seeing the growth in them too, probably, but seeing the growth in something. Even if you aren't seeing the growth in your relationship, you're seeing the growth in someone's relationship, which feels very nice to you. Like you're living alongside of them, which is really pretty. Not vicariously. I was gonna say you're living alongside, like turtles swimming through the water. But 2 of Cups, meanings: harmony, pleasure, mirth, love, friendship, and passion. So it's very nice. Yeah. And with growth, it's like you're experiencing a growth within all these things. You're experiencing a growth within your harmony, within your pleasure, a growth in your mirth and your love. Someone Google mirth, please. It's MIRTH, because I can't do it right now. Thank you so much. I love you. Appreciate it. You're receiving a growth within your, I guess it says love right there, yeah. And then also a growth within, what are you? Your friendships and your passions. So it's like all these things are growing at once, and it's like almost like just like a very, very abundant season for you within like these things that mean a lot to you and feel good at the same time. But they don't just feel good because they feel good, you know. With the Two of Cups, you've come from the Ace. So there's like abundance, fertility, productiveness, beauty, and pleasure. So there's a sense of having to recognize the self with that Ace, recognize the one, be aware of it, recognize that worth. So you've definitely recognized the worth in something. And because you've recognized the worth, that's real energy, you know. That's you really looking deep into it, really getting deep into it, and then actually making something of it. Getting below the surface, you know, getting really deep into it. And because of that, it feels that energy reflects it, it matches it. You know, if you're caring for something, growing something, doing something, and in the Two of Cups, if you really do care for something, it I don't know, like you guys share that energy. So it's like, you know, when I don't know. Oh, I don't know how to say that here, but you have to. Oh, the first thing I saw with Ace of Cups was the reverse meaning of it could be unrequited love, which I could see here as part of the stop and Five of Swords, thinking about someone that doesn't, you know, feel the same love as you, that you feel the same for them. That could be really tough, very much so. But if you've learned your worth through this and you've grown through this, is what this is definitely saying. It's like now you're experiencing like a double up energy, Nipsey Hussle, Pisces, a double up energy of this now, because it's like literally, if you see no worth in yourself, then the value for you would show up as zero. I'm thinking of the Spy Kids movie, the 3D one, where they were like, they had the numbers on them. That's how I picture those numbers. But like you have a zero on you. So if you take yourself a zero and then you add that to the energy, and the energy is supposed to reflect you, the energy then becomes zero because it reflects what you have. So 0 plus 0 is nothing, because it's nothing, it's nothing. But if you do have your Ace of Cups, if you bring it to the table, you're like, I realize my worth, I have my love for myself, boom. The universe then reflects that 1 plus 1, 2 aces, then becomes a 2 of Cups, which you have here. So that's a confirmation that you have definitely seen your worth. No cups would have come out if that weren't the case. But this is a reading of all swords and those 2 of Cups. So it's like you've definitely gone through a very strong mental battle, grown through it, but the most growth we see here is within the emotions and like the heart of it all, which is really nice. The love in it, the friendships, the passion, the pleasure, how you really give to yourself and others. It's really beautiful. It's like, look at all that beautiful rainbow. It's really beautiful. Like there's so many colors, so many different people, so many different stories that are dealt with, and it's just like it's like you almost like you have no judgment. You have no, you know, you just love the human experience for being as it is. There's no judgment anywhere, and it's like I don't know. It's really nice with that. It's like you're it's like the feeling of sharing. It's like very nice. It's like there's learning and growth and sharing those experiences with people that you've seen, especially in your present energy, which is really nice. So other than that, move forward in your past just real quick with that success and the Page of Swords. We did talk about this, and I was just supposed to read the card. So now we come back around to the page, which is cool because I think page energies are always that. I feel like they're the start of the court and then the end at the same time. The same way purple or red and blue, you know, do that color spectrum. The ending and the beginning, because the pages, I feel like they have a part where they learn, and they have a part where they go give out the message. So I even think of Esther from the Bible. Look at me throwing another Bible example out. She was learning, she was reading, she was discovering her information, and when the time was right, she made her run. She made a break for it to go spread that info. I think of her as a good example sometimes. But Page of Swords. Gotta go to the freaking family court cards. But this is really beautiful. Let's see here. How many court cards? How many court cards? Wands, cups, swords. And I like this deck. This deck puts the pages at the end. So it's been helping. Meanings for this. Meanings for the Page of Swords are wisdom, strength. We talked about strength. That's so cool. So wisdom and strength. And we talked about how strength brings you to that success. So it's cool because the Page of Swords, they literally are this strength, the strength of your mind, the strength of how you can release things from your mind, and also at the same time release them in a productive way. So it's like it's planting something important, and it just feels productive. But as well as acuteness, insight, vigilance, subtleness in material things, grace, and dexterity. So yeah, it's like handling this with grace. The way she balances on that sword for sure. With it being success, like there's insight as well with the Page of Swords. Because I feel like there's success coming for you. Don't see it, so you can't physically prove it. This is like a unicorn Santa God situation. I don't know. But at the same time, it's just like still being very graceful, very you're not going to like be egotistical and be like, I know success is coming for me, so I'm just gonna bounce around this cycle and just fight and just do what I got it, and just push my way through it. You're still being graceful. You're still moving with intentional steps. You're thinking about each step you're taking. You're trying to make each one lighter. It's trying to make sure that you place the right balance where it's got to go. There's still a lot of thought. You still care. You still care to do the work right, which is really nice. North Pole. Why does Page of Swords have to do with North Pole? Anyways, success is, I don't know. But with all these light bulbs, that's was that Despicable Me? I haven't seen that in a long time. But yeah, I don't know. Page of Swords to 2. Wow, yeah, so page to the 2 to the 5 to the 10. That's like right in succession. It's like the spark of the idea. It coming in and then creating a relationship, creating a balance, creating two things that come together. And then the 5 of Swords, we're coming to a halfway point. There's a crossroads. Something has to change, but at the same time, it's like, in order for change to happen, we have to see it as individuals. And then that 5 jumps straight to a 10. Whatever you do in that 5, whatever change you make in that transformation, whatever it is, you see that dude back there? That dude laughing at, oh my gosh, I'm so successful. Ariana Grande, why do I call it Ariana? Ariana Grande, the successful sweetener song. That's what it feels like that guy's singing and jamming up to that halfway decent song, and then him over here going through this pain. He's not even offering him any assistance or anything. He's just like, whatever, whatnot. That guy is no longer here. It's just you. And again, animal spirit's still with you. The bird's here, but not like another physical thing. Which the tens are about. The tens are not just about like an individual process. The tens are supposed to be like you and another thing, right? So maybe again, this is you in spirit, but at the same time, it's like when you take this journey and when you move forward, when you end this, you're moving on to meet what is right for you, who is right for you. You're moving on to meet. I feel like you're moving on to meet, like, if not the one, it's like one of the ones. It feels very, because with this strong energy coming out with the tens and the 2 of cups, I just feel like this lesson has been about like maybe relationships and stuff like that, and so it's just been impactful and important, and it's like it's preparing you for something really nice to come. And it's like if you didn't have sort of these steps you've taken, it's like you wouldn't have been as prepared for this person or this connection or this place, these people, this thing. So it's like it's really important that you had this lesson, but at the same time, the universe has got to acknowledge and say, babe, we're so sorry for the hurt. Because it is plain as day here. The 5 of Swords and 10 of Swords is so much anguish and anxiety and thoughts where it's like, it's almost like if the crown chakra, the mind is like the first thing the universe touches. It's almost like the universe is like, all right, here you go. Here's this cycle. And they just like dumped a large cycle on you. It's like, and you were like the page. You're like, I'm graceful and light. And the universe is like, all right, dump in 10 of Swords. And so 10 of Swords is like on a page. That's like a lot of responsibility, a lot of weight for sure, for a little, not little, but for, physically, physically smaller human being to carry all that weight, you know. I'm just thinking about it in that sense. It doesn't have to be physically smaller, but it's just like with the Page of Swords, it's like, it's almost like, think of like a small cup and then a big cup. Like one only has the capacity for so much thinking and such at a certain form. So, I don't know. This has been something very growing, very beautiful for you, very growing, very growth. It's created growth. Let me say that. It's created a lot of growth within you, especially within your mind, within maybe how you read, think, create, and then it's a lot in the mind with the swords. It's a lot. And swords starts with an S. So S is number 19. It's the sun, like your clarity, your growth. There's more growth there. But then also swords, they go through that process of creation. So it's really formed you. It's really broken you down, but then built you back up. And with the S, it's what it's done to you. It's caused you to be that 19, which is the one, the leader, the magician, the initiator. And I don't know what this has to do with anything, but I noticed the other day that I believe A and I just think that I believe that what S is if A, S, and J are the ones of the alphabet, because A is 1, S is 19, and then J is what? Not J. Yes. Okay. Oh, so I'm mixing the letters. 19 is okay. So that's the last one. Okay. So so S is the last one in the alphabet. It's the last number 1, which in that case means that maybe this type of hurt, this type of cycle. Of course, energy always brings itself back in a certain way, but this major type of hurt, this is like the last one for you. Like it's never gonna hurt like this again, because maybe of where you brought yourself to, how you can protect yourself now. But last one, now it's getting like Avatar: Last Airbender. So like you're the last one of like maybe your group of people or like people around you who have a certain ability. You are of the last ones to be able to like see the world at this way with all these swords, like to be able to see the world this way, to process it this way. And it's like very important to know that, because it gives you clarity about your environment, your surroundings, you know, the energy, to how to deal with the energy. But at the same time, I don't know, have pride in yourself for the fact that you can be able to, you know, it almost feels like the energy is like being of your own mind, being able to make your own mental decisions, being able to not be coerced or moved around by the thoughts and ideas of others, you know? So it's like, yeah, that's what you should be proud of for sure. And that's very, very Capricorn. And my Capricorn moon thanks you for your service for that, for sure. Because it's very important to be of your own mind. Anyways, let me get you guys out of here, because Jesus Christ, I didn't realize it was going to be this long. I think it's winter readings. Is that something like with that? And Granddad, you gotta stop at the wind. Long ass wind, dog. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the extra card pool. Get one last piece of advice while we're still in the energies. So yeah, let me go ahead and grab the names and the bag, throw them in there. What else is in here? Oh my god, is this empty? Yes, except for a fortune cookie thingy. Put that right here, and then I'll grab the names. So at this point, technically, the reading is over. I would say like this, with all this, is definitely just a beautiful transformation. You are your own. You are yours. And I've said that before, but it's like, this is specifically mentally. This is specifically how you see the world, how you think. And that has to do with your creative process, because it's like, you open your eyes, you know, that red energy, you open your eyes, you see that light for the first time. What you see is you know, how you start creating immediately, in a sense. It's like, that's your first line of defense, almost, in a sense. Your first line of defense for your magician energy. So it's like someone it makes a lot of sense. So for someone to mess with your mental, to mess with your sight, to mess with your environment, like the way you see things, it's your first line of defense for your own magic. So it's like someone's getting in, like fighting, or it's just very like, something, a slight energy with, especially with the red, slight energy of like this cuts deep, where it's like I don't know. There's a really good energy here where it's making you so strong, and it's really like causing you to take flight with all these birds here, definitely, but causing you to take flight with the Two of Cups here with someone new, and it's like or just in a new energy with someone that you may have already known, you know. But then also at the same time, it's like it's causing you to take flight. And I don't know if this love here is something I can't feel about, but with growth, it's like it's the relationships you're about to experience now, the relationships you're about to experience now. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so much. It's gonna be so much different. It's almost like, trying to grow plants for like 40, I would say 30, 40 years is like a decent chunk of time. And it's like you're like the, I don't know, not even that, I don't know. Yeah, just trying to grow plants for like 30, 40 years and then nothing out of it. There's other examples I can think of, maybe like, I don't know, like something you try to do for so long, right? And then one day you do it and you're not even thinking about it. I don't know, you're just being you. You're living in your power. But then there's something different about you, and all of a sudden you've grown, and then now you have a successful, like you have a successful garden, a successful plant, or whatever you're trying to do for so long. Finally, it's coming to success in a sense, and you're like, what's changed? What's different? What's complete? What happened? It's like you don't realize that like you've made this happen for you. You made this work for yourself. You made this success for yourself over time. You've done it. You've really been your savior, your knight, you know, your knight in shining armor. It's really beautiful. I don't know. And because when you receive this beautiful relationship that cares for you, nurtures you in the same way that you care and nurture for yourself, oh, it's going to be unbelievable. And the feelings are going to be all over the place with this rainbow energy. It's going to be so very deep. I don't know. Very nice and well deserved. So let's go ahead and pull this before my phone dies, because it's at 10% on me. So we got the bag here with the names in it, a bunch of papers flipping around, and we'll see who gets the extra card of advice as we close you out. I think I did this as well last reading, and freaking I think Iris had the card. Maybe, I can't remember who had it, but I need to finish that because it freaking died on me when I pulled the card. Oh my god. So I think this is, I have two in my hand. Which one do I want? I want this. Okay. Let's see who this is. A bunch of names in here. No way. I freaking knew, because I created C-Chat Create. So C-Chat Create, you got the card of advice for this weekly reading. That's so funny. I pulled this one in here. I was like, I drew something stupid on it. So I was like, what if I pull this one? And I didn't imagine out of all the names that we have in here it would come out. But C-Chat Create, I don't know if you have like an actual name, my love. But I saw the channel name C-Chat Create, so I said, all right, okay. And as usual, I think it's really good to pull these because they're simple advice with the oracle. And I feel like you guys like the colors, hopefully. So confidence at the bottom. I'll go ahead and keep this out because I want to keep it for the picture I have to take of this, but I might need it. I'll find it. Gotta Find You from High School Musical. But yeah, at this point, the general reading is over. But if you want to stay for the bits of advice for C-Chat Create, it might have something to do to help you as well. It might be something important for you. But if not, you can enjoy your day. Thank you so much. I was gonna say you can enjoy your day. Of course. I meant so more so like, have a great day. I don't know how to speak right now. I think it's the retrograde. Plus, I'm a little hungry. So, C-Chat Create, how you doing? What's going on? And everybody else who's hanging around, how y'all doing? Let's see. So, the extra card of advice from the Prism Oracle. I got the sunshine on the back of my neck. It's the bottom, disruption. Yeah. We talked about that card earlier. So, what would be a good extra piece of advice for C-Chat Create? To see what would be like the best advice for them specifically at the present oracle. Let me look at this one cat that's just been sitting up there. I feel like he's my little homie right now, or he or she. I almost just saw hunger come out. That's so funny. Not the same H, but it's okay. I like this H. Happiness. So anyone who stuck around, y'all stuck around for a good reason. And passion at the bottom. So I think happiness is actually orange. What I've learned. Go figure. But they both look kind of red, and they both are very fiery for sure. Speaking of the sun energy, so it's very cool with passion here being at the bottom as well. Happiness. And that's coming in almost the same color. Oh, honestly, because it is orange, and I told y'all it's like giving that burnt red orange, that whatever that you would call that. The two cards you have in here that are red and orange are stop and success. And so I just think in my brain, like the way it goes naturally, I would mix the two colors together. If I wanted to know how to make this color, I'd mix those two colors together. So I would mix success and stop. So in order to come to this happiness, you're coming to a happiness. There is no like how in order to, like you are, like this card comes out, so you are coming towards a beautiful happiness. You're coming towards like your rainbow, the smile, the peace, and with this orange here, it's like it's bringing you life, vitality. It's still very red though, so I guess I would consider it like new energy. Like it's very new. It's very just open your eyes for your eyes have been open for a while. If it's going to orange, it's not just red. It's like you're not going to orange. So it's like your eyes have been open for a while, and you're just starting to move. You're just starting to even in the happiness, your eyes are still kind of closed, but you're smiling. So you have muscle movement, unless you're dreaming or maybe daydreaming possibly, which is a good thing. Just remember to notate it, draw, write it, exercise. Just get it out of you, in a productive way. But happiness here, I don't know, the smile, the happiness, the good feeling. The orange is like moving. It's things starting to pick up for you. Happiness is starting to pick up, which is really nice. And the reason why is because you have realized how successful you are. And with that stop, it's the same thing. It's like how big, how creative, how powerful you are. You are a sign, It's like you're either looking for signs. You're looking for the sign to see where your growth is, who you are, how you've become. You're looking for signs of your growth maybe, and it's like look at yourself. You are not how to say look at yourself like that, but look at yourself like in a very, very prideful way. You are the example, the sign of your growth. You're living proof of that growth. And that's exactly how the Jesus story is like supposed to meld into the everyday life. That's how the micro and macrocosm of all that works. Whereas like you realize that you are living proof of crosses you've had to bear. You're living proof of the struggles you've went through. So it's all the same. You deserve the same death and rebirth process, same clarity, the same cleansing, purifying, but then also just like the way that Jesus had that unconditional love from the Father. It's like you deserve that unconditional love from whoever it is that you feel that way about, and that's what you're getting. That's what you're going towards. Whoever see, chat, create. That's beautiful, and everyone else who stayed. That's what y'all are going towards. That's awesome. Happiness. That's beautiful. 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 You should know. I think you're fucking beautiful. I think someone thinks you're fucking beautiful as well, because I wasn't thinking about that song since I started this reading, and I hadn't thought about it since. So someone thinks you're beautiful, definitely, absolutely. Or if someone doesn't now, whoever you're coming towards. What's the rest of that song? I think you're fucking beautiful. You should know. I think you're fucking beautiful. All your flaws are perfect. You should let them show the things I love the most. They would have to be blind not to see all of your beautiful. Yeah. So you can research that. That's by Queen Herbie, so you can see it better. I just mumbled it out. But yeah, it's funny to say they would have to be blind not to see all of your beautiful. And it's like, I don't know, their eyes are closed. Even like the sun shining, you're so bright. You're glowing. But also at the same time, it's like they'd have to be blind not to see it. There would have to be something it's like, yeah, there's no way that this glow up, this beauty is not going to be shown because it's inside and out. So this is really beautiful, C Chat Create. You've done an amazing job. Happiness coming through is beautiful, and passion. I couldn't have made it through without sneezing. That's great. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Excuse me for being here. If you'd like, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment, put on notifications. I didn't say this at the beginning. God. But share as well if you want a personal reading. Information for that is down below. And other than that, I want to give you all a big hug because I appreciate y'all. Thank you for y'all constant support. It means the world to me. It gives me big smiles. It makes me very happy. I can tell you that for sure. And I learn a lot from you guys. You would never freaking believe it, but you guys teach me so much all the time. So I'm so humbly thankful. I can't even speak. I'm so humbly Thanksgiving. That's what I said. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next weekly reading or whenever I decide to pop up again. Other than that, have a great day. Bye, guys. Yes,